Dr. Oz distancing himself from Oprah Winfrey so that his campaign for U.S. Senate becomes successful and that he's elected as a senator of the state of Pennsylvania. I'm not surprised he doesn't want her near him. But I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to read 2 articles detailing the breakdown of their relationship and how Oprah is just distancing herself from him. She doesn't want to be involved in the campaign. And I think Oprah's kind of hurt about it because he said that publicly. So I'm talking about it. Hello. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Analytical. I'm coming to you live in NYC on this Sunday, the second day of the new year. I want to say Happy New Year to everyone out there. And I took a break yesterday. I wanted to post, but I just couldn't do it because I was just so tired. And so I'm back. So I want to read to you about the whole thing with Dr. Oz running for U.S. Senate. Now, yes, Dr. Oz is running to be a senator of the state of Pennsylvania, and he's running under the Republican ticket. Now, this story is actually almost 2 weeks old, but there's an update, and I'm glad I waited because Oprah does not want to be involved anymore, she said publicly, but I'm going to get to what my opinion is, but I'm going to read to you from the post. So on Christmas Day, it was noted that Dr. Oz told Oprah Winfrey to stay away from his Pennsylvania Senate race. In quotes, "I don't want my friends hurt." Dr. Oz asked his pal and fellow TV star Oprah Winfrey to stay out of the Pennsylvania Senate race, where he is seeking the Republican nomination. "I asked her to stay out. I don't support me because if you get involved in any way, you'll get hurt, and I don't want my friends hurt," Oz said. Oz made the remarks during a meet and greet with Manhattan Republican grandees at Smith and Wollensky Steakhouse in Midtown on December 16th. The confab attracted around 50 people and was hosted by billionaire John Catsimatidis and his wife Margot, former Mayor Rudy Giuliani, and celebrity private eye Bo Dietl were in attendance. The Post, which was booted from the Oz event after being invited, obtained a recording of the doctor's remarks. The doctor said he had high hopes for the city's incoming mayor, Eric Adams, and that Adams understands law enforcement issues. Oz also urged attendees to have compassion for Leah Thomas, a controversial transgender University of Pennsylvania swimmer who has broken multiple swimming records, which is his alma mater. That's where he obtained both his MD and MBA degrees, respectively, in 1986. He is a Harvard graduate with a BS in biology. But he doesn't want, when somebody is saying, "I don't want my friends to be hurt," that's coded language for, "I don't want you to mess up my chances of getting elected." Let's be real. He doesn't need the money. Dr. Oz, I would say, is on his way to being a billionaire himself, okay? But you got Giuliani. See, Giuliani, we all know how everything went down almost a year ago. And Giuliani is sort of scarred. They say he's an alcoholic. I mean, he's 81 years old, but it ain't really looking right. I would not have Giuliani in my corner. But now I'm going to read to you the Daily Mail's article, which goes more into depth, where Oprah has said, this reads, Oprah Winfrey finally reacts to her protege, Dr. Oz's Republican Senate bid, but doesn't endorse him. So Oprah Winfrey has initially distanced herself from him, and she's basically saying it's up to the residents of Pennsylvania, pretty much. So, according to the Daily Mail, It reads, talk show titan Oprah Winfrey finally offered her thoughts on former protege Dr. Mehmet Oz's recent announcement for his GOP Senate bid in Pennsylvania, deliberately distancing herself from the conservative cardiac surgeon's campaign. One of the great things about our democracy is that every citizen can decide to run for public office, Winfrey, 67, told New York Magazine Tuesday in a brief statement from her spokesperson, Nicole Nichols. Mehmet Oz has made the decision, and now it's up to the residents of Pennsylvania to decide who will represent them, the iconic host of the Oprah Winfrey Show asserted, offering no endorsement for her old pal who rocketed to fame as a regular guest on her program in the 2000s before landing his own show in 2009. At the time, Winfrey affectionately dubbed the surgeon who appeared on regularly on the show to offer health and wellness advice as America's doctor. Winfrey, an independent who previously endorsed former President Obama and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in their White House bids, did not offer additional comments on Oz's campaign. Oz, 61, who announced that he would be running to succeed retiring Republican Pat Toomey last month, has since decided to nix his popular show after 13 seasons in order to fully pursue his career aspirations. The aspiring politico, who was born to Turkish immigrants in Cleveland, Ohio, said at the time that he was throwing his hat in the ring because of other politicians' mishandling of the pandemic. We have not managed our crisis as effectively as past generations, Oz said last month upon announcing his candidacy for Senate. During the pandemic, he went on, I learned that when you mix politics and medicine, you get politics instead of solutions. That's why I'm running for the U.S. Senate, to help fix the problems and to help us heal. In an op-ed for the Washington Examiner announcing his candidacy in November, the pro-Trump Republican homed in further on the federal government's mismanagement of the pandemic. We are angry at our government and at each other, the surgeon said. Over 750,000 in the United States have died from the virus, a devastating toll for families and communities. Many of those deaths were preventable. Yes, COVID-19 became an excuse for the government and elite thinkers who control the means of communication to suspend debate. Dissenting opinions from leading scholars were ridiculed and canceled, so their ideas could not be disseminated, Oz wrote. Oz paid tribute to moments of brilliance, including mRNA vaccines made possible by President Donald Trump's Operation Warp Speed. We must confront those who want to change the very soul of America and reimagine it with their toxic ideology, Oz concluded. Shortly after Oz released his first campaign video on Twitter, COVID has shown us our system is broken. We lost too many lives, too many jobs, too many opportunities because Washington got it wrong. They took away our freedoms without making us safer. They took away our spirit, our dignity. Pennsylvania needs a conservative who will put America first. With his comments, the heart surgeon turned celebrity doctor who has touted fat melting pills and a malaria drug endorsed by former President Trump as a COVID-19 miracle cure on his popular eponymously named program, seems to be trying to capitalize on his medical knowledge for his campaign. But the longtime New Jersey resident has come under fire for not holding residency in the very place he aims to represent. Some suggest the TV doc, who has never held public office, is only choosing Pennsylvania to launch his political career because of Toomey's retiring. However, his campaign team recently pointed out to local news outlet 6 ABC that Oz has rented in the state's Bryn Mawr Montgomery County for the past year and has voted there as well. Oz also went to medical school and business school at the University of Pennsylvania that I stated before. And it said, despite this, though experts possess that the surgeon turned statesman, who has used his time on the airwaves to promote practices and tips concerning health and wellness, may have his work cut out for him. You can meet the legal residency standard fairly easily by renting a resident and establishing you're getting mail there and registering to vote. Political science professor Chris Borick, also the director of the Muhlenberg College Institute of Public Opinion, said earlier this month, convincing the public that you are truly a resident of the state and care about the state and are vested in the state, he added, is a different thing. Democrats, New Jersey Representative Bill Pascrell, meanwhile, made a tongue-in-cheek remark on Oz's candidacy. I want to congratulate my North New Jersey constituent, Dr. Oz, on his run for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. He said, I'm sure this fully genuine candidacy will capture the hearts of Pennsylvanians. Oz looks to bring his name recognition and wealth to a race expected to be among the nation's most competitive and possibly a factor in determining the dominant party in the Senate. Oz would enter a Republican field that is resetting with an influx of candidates and a new opportunity to appeal to voters loyal to the former President Donald Trump. Trump endorsed candidate Sean Parnell. He withdrew from the race last month amid allegations from his estranged wife that he was abusive towards her and their 3 children. Now, Oz's competition consists of Montgomery County developer Jeff Bartos, former ambassador to Denmark Carla Sands, and conservative commentator Kathy Burnett ahead of the 2022 GOP primary. The general election is November 2022. The TV surgeon basically made headlines earlier this week after he and his wife, Lisa, 58, were allegedly overheard engaging in curse-laden rant criticizing New York journalists. Sorry about that. I had to just get something out of my throat. It reads, Olivia Nuzzi, a correspondent for New York Magazine, reportedly contacted Oz earlier in the week for an over-the-phone interview as part of the profile the publication was preparing on a TV doc. According to Nuzzi, Oz's wife answered the phone and had a brief intersection with Nuzzi, 28, before attempting unsuccessfully to hang up. Nuzzi listened in as a couple calls her a liar and a fucking girl reporter, while bringing up the conversation Nuzzi had with the couple's friend Michelle Bouchard. I think the old guard Republican Party was just that, the old guard. I think the new Republican Party is emerging, and the new Republican Party is going to be great, Bouchard told Nuzzi for New York Magazine's piece, published Tuesday. The GOP should be very grateful that someone that intelligent, objective, someone that has his caliber, who is able to reach across aisles, is actually running. He's the greatest healer I've ever known, Bouchard added. Speaking about the longtime friend of the couple, who had been interviewed by Nuzzi for the profile just days before, Oz reportedly asserted to his wife that Michelle said stuff she shouldn't have said concerning his Senate run and potential political career. She said shit she shouldn't have said, that I was going to be the next leader of the Democratic Party. During Oz's recent media appearances, the doctor chose not to align himself with hardcore conservative views concerning abortion. In 2007, Oz described himself as a moderate Republican who has donated money to campaigns of late Senator John McCain and Senator Bill Frist. In an interview with The Observer, he said that he had thought about running for office and that I get asked all the time about it. I've always enjoyed leading people. Teddy Roosevelt to me was the ideal Republican, he said. He was someone who felt strongly about the need for individuals to make the place work better without having someone tell them how to do it. But they had an obligation to do that as well. It wasn't a favor for the country. It was an obligation as Americans. Nuzzi said that she also tried to interview Winfrey for the piece, but to no avail. Oz's show has been currently on air for more than a decade and currently earns a $20 million salary and has an estimated net worth of around $11 million. The show will be replaced by a spinoff titled The Good Dish, hosted by the doctor's own daughter, Daphne Oz. So there you have it. Now, I know it was long and it wasn't supposed to be, but the Daily Mail is long, but it gives you a really great insight on the fact that Oprah is realizing that she got used by this man. Let's keep it a bean. Now, I ain't a fan of Oprah's. Many people have this stuff from Oprah after the whole hit piece on Michael Jackson, Leaving Neverland. This is Oprah's karma, because Oprah, you could have helped so many people, particularly black people, who would have loved and would have never told you, don't come near me because I don't want my friends to be affected. Okay? Now, I apologize for making a couple of mistakes and reading this, but it was something I believe that my throat is pretty dry. So that's my problem. I apologize for that. Oprah is hurt. Let's keep it real. She's hurt. This woman was his cheerleader. If it wasn't for Oprah, Dr. Oz would have not been nationally or even internationally known. Now, Dr. Oz, to be fair, has a respected medical career. But he needed somebody with a huge name to get him to the national level. And that was Oprah. Oprah broke acts, like a lot of people in Hollywood do. But you didn't break anyone who was black at all. You really didn't. The only person I would say kind of close was Steve Harvey, but Steve Harvey was already famous. You broke Dr. Oz. You gave Rachel Ray her own daily talk show, which was dealing with cooking. Dr. Phil, the psychologist, oh my God. You was really for like 5 years, you did, before he got the show. The man who was the interior designer, and then also you even kind of was helping here and there. I can't think of the person's name. Forget it. Moving on. I'll figure out. But you didn't help black people. So Dr. Oz let you know right hand, you're not wanted. Because see, the people that Dr. Oz is getting the endorsements from, even money, I feel that he doesn't need it, they're all Republicans, like the woman said. That's part of the new wave Republicans. These Republicans are letting you know out flat, we don't like black people. That's the thing. So you got the message that you ain't wanted because you're black. So instead of what you really want to say, you're just basically like, it's up to the residents. I'm not going to endorse him. I'm not going to say anything. They can have it. In so many words, she's cutting him off. But dig this, he doesn't need her anymore because he's canceling his own show. And he's passing the torch down to his daughter. Now, she didn't break the daughter, but if it was for Oprah, the daughter wouldn't have a show because he wouldn't have a show. But do you see what he did? He looks out for his daughter. You could have looked out for black people, Oprah, but you didn't. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to wrap it up because I'm going to make a part 2 to this because I have my feelings. I'm going to state my feelings on this campaign. Oprah Winfrey, you've gotten kicked and insulted practically by everybody that you had. And you call, Susie Orman, that's the woman, the financial guru. She was under her tutelage as well. It was Susie Orman. That's who it was. But see, Susie Orman had the show on Saturday. She had the show on CNN. She didn't really pop really with the talk show circuit like Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Nate Berkus, the interior designer, and Rachel Ray. She didn't really come up. And the thing is that Oprah was trying to do it with legal experts, but that pretty much flopped because she wanted people from all different areas to come out big. The moral of the story with Dr. Oz and Oprah, especially with Oprah Winfrey, When you are going to break acts, you need to break acts that have the same opinions as you. When you look at politicians and they basically are looking out like for people to be in their cabinet, they want people in their cabinet that have the same politics as you. So when you see somebody being nominated by a president to be in a cabinet position, and you be like, wait, I didn't know they was in that party. Yeah, they're in that party. They don't pick people not in their party. It's very rare. And if they do, they pick somebody who's like in name only of the party, but have similar ideologies as those in the part in their party, because you don't want somebody that's going to betray you and backstab you. I'm just giving you political game, perspectives, because I've been in those rooms and I've been there. But I'm gonna cut this one short because I know I've read a lot and I don't want to bore people. And if I did, I apologize. But I had to get that all out because the next video right after this, I'm gonna break down my opinions of Dr. Oz running for senator and whether his campaign is going to be successful or not. So with that being said, it's your girl, Miss Anna Little Cool, signing off. I will be back shortly. Thank you for listening to this commentary. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you all real soon. Later.